Hello everyone, welcome back to Average Joe Watch Reviews. Today we have a stunning Bulova with sunburst blue dial on an aftermarket distressed leather strap with the easy deployment system. All you got to do is move that over and take that out. You can change these on the fly, and then to put it back in, you just pivot it in there just like that. You put the push pin right on top of the lug there, you move this over, and you click it in just like so. So let's get into the watch itself. You see that it has applied hour markers, and there's also some texturing to the dial that also gives you some of the minutes. And then it also has an inner chapter here that shows the minutes as well. I'm thinking, well, the outer chapter actually isn't going to be for minutes. That's just more for design. And the inner chapter is more for counting the minutes. So, and in different lights, as you can see that sometimes this design on the outer chapter ring does disappear. My personal opinion, I could have actually done without that because I love the sunburst and I like the simplicity of this watch. I actually wouldn't have the minutes at all on here. I also wouldn't have the design of this. I would have kept the hour markers as is. I would have kept the date. And further, I'm actually disappointed that they didn't do the typical Bulova tuning fork symbol. I would have actually, because this is a more simplistic design, minimalistic design, I would have just done the tuning fork and then maybe just put Bulova even like written somewhere small, or maybe not even not at all, you know. So now they do actually put the tuning fork at the crown, so that's always a nice touch. So this is a very simplistic watch. It's a watch that it's very expensive in department stores, so I would avoid that. But you can have these online, and I'll actually put the link below. But it's a high polish all the way around. I would have liked to see some brushing, but I guess because of the price point, you're not going to get the brush versus and the contrasting high polish. So I mean, that's one way you could tell a price of a watch is just by contrasting brushing versus polish. This one is all high polish. The metal is not as great as a higher quality watch, so this definitely is more prone to scratching, as you can see. But it is a nice watch nevertheless. We'll show you how it fits on the wrist here. I have a 7-inch wrist, and it does have a slim profile, and this is definitely a dressier watch in my opinion. But by putting that brown strap on, I definitely made it a little bit sportier. Let's take a look at the dimensions. The case diameter, we are looking at a 40 millimeter. So very classic size, very classy, and usually your 38, well, anything like 40 and below, you're definitely in classic sizes. And this is a 9 millimeter case thickness. We're looking at a 20 millimeter lug to lug, as you can see right there. There's no luminescence, so you know that's not. I mean, with dress watches, there are a lot of dress watches, regardless of price point. You don't get super or luminova or any type of lume. Especially when you're looking at minimalistic. You know, even when you look at a Movado, you have the same style hands. You don't have any lume. It's just a typical dressy type presentation. I do like these hands. I think they're really sharp. They have really nice points to them, and I just think, you know, just with the little crease in the center, they're very just classic. There's not anything too showy about it, and you just have a very simple second hand as well, ticking away, and that's the sure giveaway that it is indeed a quartz. Setting the time, you just pull the crown out all the way, which is 2 positions, and you set the time, and of course the date is just clicking out once and moving it downward, as you see there. And as a bonus, we're going to take the case back off to show you what type of battery is running this thing. So when we're removing the case back of a watch, and this is my one gripe about Bulova. Bulova does a lot of these case backs. I would prefer a watch that has the twist back, just like a watch like this, where you can put this tool into the notches and simply twist off. But these snap cases are cumbersome, not only because you have to find the notch, and a lot of times the notch has a lot of wear because people are mangling because the metal is very soft, and it's just a pain. All right. But then once you have it off, you need a press to get this back on, which I will show you. So we can use a tool like this, or we can use a tool like this. I'm going to list this tool down below, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. As you can see, it has a very thin profile, and that actually fits right into that groove that you see right here. And we just stick it in the groove, and we're going to, and you see how the damage can occur here. And I'm actually going to take this off just so that I actually have a little bit more room here. But let's just zero in right there. So again, we want to get into that groove, put a little bit of pressure on, and then we're actually going to lift up. Once we do that, we reveal the movement, and then we take a close look at the battery, which is indeed a 626SW. Seems like a very popular battery size. I actually have these sitting right here. I wasn't even expecting that, but here it is. So that's actually also known as the 364. Now again, you guys don't have to worry about the branding on the battery. This one has a Maxell. Actually, this is the one I did change. So I changed it with the Maxell. So if I were to change it again, I would just change it with the Sony. Honestly, guys, it really doesn't matter. Okay, you're gonna get 2 to 3 years out of the battery, if that, and you'll have to replace. So once you replace the battery, you'll then just close the case, and you want to get that notch in a place where, see, a lot of people, they want to line up this with the movement, which I have it upside down, but you really want to get it to the point where you'll have good access to that notch. Okay, so for me, I like it down toward like 5 o'clock position, so right around there. So guys, I would highly recommend buying one of these case presses. Okay, and here's how it works. You set, this is what we call a die. Okay, and we want to get a die that's going to match up with the case back. This one is too small, so we get one that has the perfect fit around the rim, because what we want to do is we want to put pressure right on the outer edge here. So we check this one out, and this one looks like it would be a perfect fit. So we then screw this on to the case back case press, just like so. I like to put a rag on the bottom or something, a cloth, just to protect the case here. And then we put the watch on along with the case. And once we have that in place, we simply line up the die with the case back, and we simply give it a little bit of a press. You hear a click, and now you're in business. And that's it, guys. I will list below how much it costs for one of those case presses. I would highly recommend it if you have a lot of these watches. But thank you again for watching my review of the Bulova. Thank you guys so much. Please click a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to help to support the channel. Thank you guys so much, and have a good day.